So this is a range test for the Backfire Ranger X1, which I received into Auckland, New Zealand yesterday. My route is around 30 kilometers, which is 18.5 miles. The previous best I've got on my one wheel with an extra battery is around 28 kilometers, which is just over 17 miles. So the advertised range on this in the manual is 20 miles, on the website it's 21. And I'm also just going to do a top speed test as well. And this is all bearing in mind that I'm probably around 80 kilograms today, or about 165 pounds. So I haven't really done much to the board since I've got it out of the box. I've just adjusted the trucks a little bit to make them a little bit looser. I've done about 2Ks on the board in total. Just an initial test last night before a full charge. It did come with 3/4 battery, but since then I've charged it. It took a good 2 to 3 hours to fully reach charge. I'm fortunate to have a good working charger, and I don't have any bearing issues that I can see on my wheels like other people have had. I do see that there's a bit of an imbalance in the wheels. You can hear it when you're going along. It's not a continuous smooth sound, but I don't seem to be getting much vibration. So I'll put up an overlay of the planned trip, starting at around the red dot, and then hopefully getting back to the red dot. The orange dot represents how far I've gone the one wheel, about 28k, and that's got a 7.5 amp hour battery. The Backfire has a 14 amp hour battery, and I'd say the one wheel, you know, it's quite a big tire in that, so similar sort of traction on the road, and similar sort of weight as well, both around 14 kilograms. So just proof that I am running full battery to start off with, and full remote battery. Sort of journey, flat with a little bit of incline here and there, and I do find the torque quite good actually. The one wheel is quite torquey. It's got a 500 watt motor, but this has got dual 900 motors, so it does seem to tackle the hills quite well, and the bumps as well. Okay, yeah, this is the steepest part of the track. The one wheel does get up here, but it does struggle. It goes pretty slow at the top, so this will be a good test of the incline performance. So I'm at full power. Okay, it's struggling a little bit. Hearing some noise there from the back hubs, but it did make it up. Okay, so this is where we're just going to do a quick speed test. It's fairly flat here, and it's a good long run as well. So I'm just recording this on my phone, so I'll do an overlay of the speed that we get. So we're quarter way through the trip, and it's got between 50 and 75%. Okay, so I've reached my halfway point now, and I've been on one solid and one flashing for about 3 kilometers now, so looks like I've dipped between 50. Hopefully the reading isn't correct and I'm more around 50, but I've also slowed down a little bit just to try and conserve that battery life. So I'm 22.5 kilometers through my trip now. I've solidly been on about 25% now for about 2Ks. Just another note, the ESC and the battery both remained really cool to touch throughout the trip, even when I was going quite quickly. And I just did a quick top speed at around 25% battery and managed to get around 30 kilometers an hour. So only dropping a couple of kilometers an hour from about 75% battery down to 25% battery. Okay, so the board is pretty much dead. Won't go above kind of 3 kilometers an hour now. I've been pushing it a little bit. I struggled to get up the hills. Managed to get about 27 kilometers, which is nearly 17 miles in the end, which is pretty good for a first run. There are some inclines and declines on the trip. I'll put an overlay of the journey I did pause the app midway through the first part of the leg, forgot to resume it, so it's a bit off in distance and in actual route, but the final route was around 26 to 27 kilometers, so about 17 miles.